we didn't plan to make this album a double album. It just kind of worked out that way. It just kind of worked out that we had 13 new songs that we hadn't previously recorded, ready and raring to go.
We're combining traditional elements of jazz, like feel, swing, improvisation, instrumentation, but we're doing it in, I think, with a unique blend of the styles that we grew up with.
The thing that makes CGQ unique from other Chicago jazz bands is we don't really fall under the genre of jazz. I know there's a lot of different kinds of jazz, but in my opinion, the music, we're like a stew of a bunch of different musical genres.
You know, we had a series of gigs in the months leading up to the recording sessions, and we got in there, and you know, I think we had 3 days booked, and after a day and a half, everything was done, and we all kind of looked at each other like, I guess we're done.
To record the 13 songs that were previously unrecorded or that hadn't appeared on any previous CD of ours. So we set up shop in early July of this past year, early July of 2013. We set up at Uptown Recording in the uptown neighborhood of the north side of Chicago. Joe was co-producing with me. We found a great engineer. His name is Rob Ruccia. Very flexible, very, very creative, great ears as well. Worked really well with Joe. Was a pleasure to work with. And yeah, like I said, we pretty much just, our goal was to kind of do it like the old school jazz records were made, whereas you didn't do a whole bunch of takes. You didn't do 5 takes on each song. Wasn't going to be a whole lot of overdubbing, even though we don't do a whole lot of overdubbing anyway. Our plan was to pretty much go in and knock a song out in 1 or 2 takes.
I thought it was going to be a jazz band, and it's as much rock as it is jazz. Corley's approach, along with Marc Piane, the bass player, is a strong, it's a rock, funky rockin' rhythm section underneath with this that gives us underpinning to all of this great melody on top. And then you add the writing talents of Marc and Damian and Chris on top of all of this. It ranges from a classic ballad, jazz-oriented things to very much pop. It's completely unique as far as writing. And I've heard a ton of the other writing, and not to be disparaging about anybody else's writing, but this was a step outside. The title itself is kind of inspired by an episode of
of all things, the old sitcom What's Happening, where, long story short, Raj has to tutor this basketball player that's failing, and the basketball player says usually they would put him in classes like music appreciation, and Raj says, really, music appreciation? And the basketball player says, yeah, they'd ask me if I wanted to hear some music, and I'd say, I appreciate that. And so it was kind of inspired by that, this whole thing is just kind of my bid to talk about, like, what it is that this band does, why we like the music that we like, and how we're able to kind of like take the music that we like and do something original with it, or take an original spin on pre-existing compositions. So it's just kind of like our overall manifesto, I think, for this time out.
You know, what I really hope to see from Music Appreciation is for us to play more and more gigs together as a band in front of audiences that are appreciative and really want to hear what we have to say.
I think we have the potential to go anywhere we want to go. I think it's just the right people actually hearing the music.
This album has lots of very interesting music, and it goes in a lot of different directions, but I feel you can always hear us. There's that chemistry and that energy that is CGQ, that is captured on every tune, no matter who composed it, no matter where it goes. And I just want to keep doing what we're doing.